Awakened soul, your angels have rushed you here for a revelation that changes everything. This is Angel Messages for You, where divine truth becomes your breakthrough moment. What I'm about to reveal will explain the life-altering realization your soulmate just had. If this truth resonates with your spirit, type "I receive this awakening" below. Your words activate divine confirmation. Don't keep this miracle to yourself. Smash like, share with someone who needs this hope, and subscribe for daily heavenly revelations. For those moved to support this sacred work, super thanks helps us deliver more earth-shaking truths. Now open your heart completely as we unveil the revelation that's rewriting your love story. Beloved, hear this. This is not a random moment. You are hearing this because heaven wants you to know the shift has happened. Your soulmate finally knows the truth about who you are, the truth about what you mean to them, the truth that God has been revealing to them piece by piece. For a long time, they wrestled with questions. They wondered if their feelings were real or just passing emotions. They searched for signs, sometimes missing the ones right in front of them. They asked God, "Is this really the person you've chosen for me?" But today, something is different. The fog has lifted. The doubts have broken. The answer is clear. They know now. They know you are not just another chapter in their life. You are the book God wrote for their forever. The angels say it didn't come in a loud announcement. It came in stillness. In the quiet place where God speaks loudest. A sudden realization that gripped their heart and wouldn't let go. They saw you in a way they never have before. They noticed your consistency, your strength, your heart for God. They remembered every moment you showed kindness when you didn't have to. They remembered the times you encouraged them without even realizing you were doing it. They remembered your patience, your gentleness, your light. And then it hit them. This is the person I've been praying for. This is the one God kept in my path for a reason. Beloved, this truth changes everything. It changes the way they see their future. It changes the way they pray. It changes the way they will pursue you. The angels say heaven is rejoicing because the veil of confusion has been removed. They can no longer pretend not to know. They can no longer run from what is written. Their heart has aligned with God's revelation. And now, the love that was hidden is ready to be expressed. Because when truth is revealed, love is set free to move boldly. You may not have heard their words yet, but heaven has. And heaven has already begun moving pieces into place. They are thinking about conversations they never had the courage to start. They are remembering the moments they wanted to tell you, but didn't. They are realizing the weight of what they almost missed. And now hesitation is turning into pursuit. Fear is giving way to faith. Distance is being replaced with direction. The angels say the shift is not only in their heart, it is in their vision. They can see you clearly now, not as a possibility, but as a God-ordained reality. They see you as the partner who will pray with them through storms, as the encourager who will speak life when the world feels heavy, as the safe place where they can be fully known and still fully loved. They are beginning to speak your name differently, with reverence, with certainty, with the quiet joy of someone who has found their answer. And in the courts of heaven, those words are not just talk. They are declarations. They are agreements with God's plan. They are seeds being sown into the soil of your future. Every time they thank God for you, something moves in the Spirit. Every time they bless your name in prayer, doors open you haven't even seen yet. Every time they speak of your character, angels record the testimony. This is why the timing matters. This is why the process could not be rushed. Because love founded on revelation will not fade when feelings shift. It will anchor itself in covenant. It will endure because it was built by God. They understand now that what they feel is not random. It is the fulfillment of prayers they prayed long before they knew your face. It is the answer to petitions they almost stopped bringing to God. And that's why they can't go back to before. They can't unknow what they now know. They can't deny the way their spirit rests when they think of you. The angels say this awakening is only the beginning. There is a new boldness rising in them, a willingness to step into God's plan without holding back, a desire to walk in the open instead of hiding in the shadows. You may not see the full evidence yet, but the fruit is already forming, the roots are already deep, the foundation is already set, because when heaven reveals truth, it does not leave it dormant. It nurtures it, it brings it to life, it pushes it forward until the promise manifests. Beloved, prepare your heart, because the way they approach you will be different now. It will carry the weight of someone who has prayed through the process. It will carry the sincerity of someone who has wrestled with God and come out changed. They will not come to you with empty words. They will come to you with vision, with intentionality, with the readiness to build something holy. And when that moment comes, you will feel the peace that has been covering this all along. You will recognize the hand of God in the way it unfolds. You will know that this is not impulse, it is obedience. The angels say to keep your spirit open. Do not let past disappointments close the door to what God is sending. Do not let fear convince you to question what you have prayed for. Do not let impatience steal the joy of God's perfect timing. Because what has shifted in them is real, and what God starts, He finishes. This is the beginning of the unfolding. This is the moment the story turns. This is the confirmation heaven has been waiting to release. Type, "I receive this confirmation," in the comments to claim it in faith. Tap like as your act of agreement with heaven and give a super thanks to sow into the love story He is bringing to life for you now. Beloved, the truth has been revealed. The veil has been lifted. The love God ordained has been awakened, and nothing will stop what He has set in motion. When you finally stand face to face, whether it happens quietly or in the presence of many, you'll understand. Every delay, every season of silence, every unanswered question, all of it was necessary to bring you to this exact moment, not to a fragile connection, but to a covenant. Not to a fleeting romance, but to a sacred partnership, where love is not about control, but about freedom, where your connection doesn't diminish you, but multiplies who you already are in God. The angels are already watching. The final pieces are shifting into place. Your divine appointment is closer than it has ever been. Not the love story you tried to force, but the one God has been quietly preparing, because heaven never promised you a perfect picture. It promised you truth. It promised you alignment. It promised you a love that would reflect His light in you, not dim it, not distort it, but honor it. And now, after the waiting, the refining, the surrendering, you are ready. Ready for something holy, not just affectionate, not just outwardly beautiful. but anchored in the will of God, fueled by understanding, strengthened by divine timing. Because this love will not come to save you from your life. It will come to walk with you in it, to cover you in prayer, to remind you of who you are when the world tries to make you forget. And the day you meet again in this new clarity, whether it is under a roof or beneath the open sky, whether it is in spoken vows or in the silent agreement of your spirits, that moment will be the meeting point of heaven and earth, where all the waiting finds its purpose, where every tear turns into confirmation. You will look into their eyes and know they weren't just sent to love you. They were sent to walk beside you, to believe with you, to build with you. And that is what makes this divine, not flawless moments, but faithful ones, not an unshaken life, but an unshakable bond. This is not the kind of love where you lose yourself. It is the kind where you become more of who God created you to be, where your voice becomes stronger, your steps become surer, your light becomes brighter, because real love, holy love, does not shrink you. It lifts you higher. It celebrates your depth. It makes room for your growth. And the one heaven has chosen for you will see all of you, not only the polished parts, but the places still being healed. They will honor the whole journey, because they have been on one too. They have faced their own refining. They have been humbled by God's hand. They have learned that love is not possession. It is stewardship. It is responsibility. It is daily surrender to God's leading. And now they are ready. Ready to walk with you in celebration and in challenge. Ready to listen not only to your words, but to the quiet moments in between. Ready to hold your softness, not as a weakness, but as a sacred gift. When you come together, peace will arrive before conversation, and knowing will come before any explanation. Your spirits will remember each other before your minds can catch up. And in that moment, the altar will rise in the unseen, in your hearts, in your connection, in the stillness that comes when two people finally find home. The angels will rejoice, because they have guarded your steps to reach this place. They have shielded you from distractions. They have whispered to you when you wanted to give up. Hold on, the promise is closer than you think. And now it is here, or very, very near. Your spirit can feel the pull. That warmth that is not anxiety, but anticipation. That deep memory in your soul of what God promised long before you saw it. Because somewhere beyond time, your soul said yes to this. You chose them, they chose you, and together you chose God's timing over your own. Type "I am ready for my covenant" in the comments to seal it in faith. Tap like as your act of agreement with heaven's plan. Subscribe to angel messages for you so you remain aligned with every word God is speaking over your life. And give a super thanks to sow into the marriage heaven is preparing for you now. Beloved, your altar is near, your promise is alive, and your story is about to turn into the testimony you've been waiting for. And when the testimony begins to unfold, it will not be subtle. It will not be hidden. It will not be something you have to convince yourself to believe. It will be undeniable. It will be visible to you. It will be visible to them. And it will be visible to those who have watched you wait on God. People will see the difference. They will see the way peace surrounds you. They will see the way joy flows without effort. They will see the way your connection carries something holy. It will not be just another love story. It will be a living altar, a place where God is glorified in every step you take together, a place where His presence is felt in the ordinary and in the extraordinary. You will pray together without forcing it. You will dream together without fear. You will build together without competition. You will rest together without anxiety, and when the world tries to shake what you have, it will not crumble, because it was not built by feelings. It was built by faith. It was not held together by attraction. It was held together by covenant. The angels have been preparing you both for this. Every lesson was necessary. Every challenge was shaping you. Every delay was aligning the timing. Now the alignment is here. The readiness is here. The yes from heaven is here. Beloved, the moment you step into it, you will feel the difference between something you chased and something that was sent to you. You will feel the strength of God's hand on it. You will feel the rest that comes when you are in His will. This love will not ask you to abandon who you are. It will call you deeper into your identity in Christ. It will not drain your faith. It will multiply it, and together, you will be a light. Not a light that draws attention to yourselves, but a light that points people back to God. A light that inspires others to believe in His timing. This is why the angels rejoice now, because they know this will not just bless you, it will bless generations after you. It will leave a legacy of faith and love. Type, "I receive my legacy," in the comments if you know this is for you. Tap like as your act of agreement with what heaven is releasing. And give a super thanks to plant a seed into the covenant God is forming for you now. Beloved, your waiting is turning into walking, your promise is turning into presence, and your love story is about to give glory to the one who wrote it. And when it is finally here, it will feel like stepping into a moment you've been rehearsing in your spirit for years. Every prayer will come rushing back to your memory. Every moment you thought God was silent will suddenly make sense. Every tear you cried in private will feel like an offering that heaven received and multiplied. You will see their face and remember the visions. You will hear their voice and recall the dreams. You will feel their presence and know this is the answer, not just an answer to loneliness, not just an answer to desire, but an answer to the deeper longing in your soul for a love that glorifies God. This is why the timing was guarded so fiercely, why the angels were relentless in protecting both of you, why you couldn't settle for almost, why you couldn't say yes to what didn't carry peace. Because God was preserving this not just for a season, for a lifetime, for a mission, for a testimony. You will step into this season with both feet, no hesitation, no second guessing, because when God brings you to it, He also gives you the grace to stay in it. This love will be steady. It will have its storms, but it will be unshaken. It will have its tests, but it will endure. It will have its refining moments, but it will grow stronger through them. And every time you look at each other, you will be reminded, God answers prayer. God keeps His promises. God's timing is worth trusting. The altar moment will not be the end. It will be the beginning of a journey of building, learning, laughing, forgiving, praying, and becoming. A journey where love is a choice you keep making every day in every season. This is what you were made for. This is what they were made for. And now heaven is ready to release it. Type, "I am ready to walk into my promise," in the comments if this word is for you. Tap like as your prophetic act of agreement, and give a super thanks to sow into the covenant God is preparing for you in this season. Beloved, the page is turning, the story is unfolding, and your forever is about to begin. And when your forever begins, it will not be with uncertainty. It will not be with hesitation. It will be with the unshakable knowing that you are exactly where God wants you to be. There will be a peace that doesn't need to be explained, a joy that feels both brand new and deeply familiar, a strength that comes from the realization, this is the fulfillment of a promise kept. Your steps will feel lighter, your prayers will feel fuller, your vision for the future will feel clearer, because you will no longer be carrying it alone. You will be walking side by side with the one God chose, the one who prayed for you before they knew your name, the one who recognized you in the spirit before they saw you in the natural, the one who now understands that you are not just a blessing, you are their divine assignment. And together, you will live out a testimony that reminds the world, God still writes the best love stories. God still makes the introductions that matter. God still answers in ways that exceed expectation. This will be love that matures, love that listens, love that adapts, love that stays when it would be easier to run. And every day you wake up beside them, you will be reminded, the wait was not wasted. The prayers were not in vain. The promise was always alive. Type, "My promise is alive" in the comments to declare it in faith. Tap like as your act of agreement with heaven's timing, and give a super thanks to sow into the love story that heaven is setting in motion for you. Beloved, this is your season, this is your shift, and this is your yes from heaven. Get ready to step into it, because it's not just coming, it's here. And when you step into it, you will wonder why you ever doubted, why you ever questioned God's timing, why you ever thought the wait meant he had forgotten you. Because in that moment, you will see that every delay was mercy, every detour was protection, every unanswered prayer was God saying, "Not yet, I'm building something better." And this covenant, this connection, this love, will be the better he was speaking of all along. It will be worth the tears, worth the faith you held on to when it felt like nothing was moving, worth the surrender that cost you your own plans. And when you walk forward together, it won't just be two people in love, it will be two people on assignment. Two people with purpose, two people carrying light into places that have been waiting for it. Your marriage will not just bless you, it will bless everyone who witnesses it. It will remind people that God still moves in the unseen, that he still answers in ways that make hearts tremble, that he still fulfills his word, and when the angels look at you both, they will smile, because they saw the battles you fought to get here. They saw the temptations you turned away from. They saw the moments you chose faith over fear. And now, they see you stepping into the promise fully. No looking back, no holding back, no fear in your eyes, only gratitude. Type, "I receive this in faith" in the comments to agree with heaven. Tap like as your prophetic act of alignment, and give a super thanks to plant a seed into the covenant that is already forming. Beloved, you are stepping into answered prayer. You are stepping into divine timing. You are stepping into love that will last, and heaven is already celebrating your yes. And as heaven celebrates, the earth will begin to respond. Opportunities will open that once felt locked. Doors will swing wide that had been shut for years. paths will clear that once felt tangled. Because when you align with God's timing, everything connected to your destiny starts moving into place. Resources arrive, people show up to support you, circumstances shift in your favor without you forcing them, and this love, this covenant, will be the centerpiece of it all, not as a trophy, but as a living testimony that obedience is never wasted. You will move forward together in purpose. You will pray over each other's dreams. You will cover each other's weaknesses. You will celebrate each other's victories. There will be a flow of unity that feels effortless because the foundation is God Himself. And where God is the foundation, there is stability that no storm can shake. People will notice the peace around you. They will see the joy you carry. They will feel the light in your presence, and they will know this was built in heaven before it was seen on earth. The angels will keep walking with you, guarding the journey ahead, whispering reminders of what God promised when challenges arise. And you will walk with confidence because you'll know that the same God who brought you together is the same God who will keep you together. Type, "I trust God's keeping power" in the comments to agree with this. Tap like as your act of prophetic agreement, and give a super thanks to sow into the marriage and mission God is releasing into your life. Beloved, this is your time. This is your moment. And this is your fulfillment of the promise. Walk into it boldly, because heaven has already written the ending, and it is good. And when you walk into it, you will feel the weight of every yes you gave God along the way, every time you obeyed when it cost you, every time you stayed still when you wanted to run ahead, every time you trusted Him without proof. Those moments will not just be memories. They will be the pillars holding up this promise. They will be the proof that what you're stepping into was not built in haste, but in holiness. You will see how God's hand was in the smallest details, how He orchestrated meetings, how He timed conversations, how He kept you hidden until the right season. And when you realize that none of it was coincidence, your worship will go deeper. Your gratitude will overflow. Your faith will be unshakable. Because this love is not a fragile gift. It is a fortified one. It has been guarded by angels. It has been matured through patience. It has been sealed with heaven's approval. Together, you will walk in a rhythm that feels like peace. You will speak to each other with the language of understanding. You will support each other with the strength of prayer. You will dream together with the courage of faith. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He knew what was coming. He knew the impact your unity would have. But he lost, and heaven won. Type "Heaven has won" in the comments if you believe this is your word. Tap like as your public act of faith, and give a super thanks to sow into the covenant God is setting before you now. Beloved, this is the moment where faith turns into sight, where waiting turns into walking, where promise turns into reality. Step into it with joy, because your forever is here, and when your forever is here, it will not feel rushed. It will not feel uncertain. It will feel settled, the way only God's hand can settle something. The conversations will flow easily. The trust will build naturally. The love will deepen without fear. And every step forward will feel like walking in agreement with heaven. You will begin to see how your strengths fill their gaps, and how their strengths lift your weaknesses. It will be partnership without competition, unity without losing individuality. You will cover each other in prayer without being asked. You will guard each other's hearts without being told. You will carry each other's burdens without complaint. because this is what covenant does. It serves without keeping score. This is not a union built on convenience. It is a union built on calling. It is not a love that survives only when it's easy. It is a love that thrives because it is rooted in purpose. The angels will still walk beside you in this new chapter. They will still whisper when to speak and when to listen. They will still guard the edges of your life from anything sent to distract or destroy, because heaven never stops protecting what it plants. And when you look back years from now, you will remember this moment, this confirmation, this prophetic word that told you it's closer than you think. Type, "It is closer than I think," in the comments to seal this word over your life. Tap like as your act of agreement with heaven. Subscribe to Angel Messages for you so you don't miss the next divine instruction God sends, and give a super thanks to sow into the covenant that's already being built around your name. Beloved, the page is turning. The chapter is opening and your love story, written in heaven, is about to be lived on earth.